Supporting a small business is about supporting your community.
All of the businesses on Main Street are family-owned and run.
Friends and neighbors benefit when we spend our dollars at home.
When you think about shop small or shop local, it means more to me because I'm now that person.
It's a brave thing to venture out on your own, hoping the community becomes as passionate about your business as you are.
They're happy, very happy that there's something like this in Brooklyn Park.
Today we showcase small businesses in our community in this CCX News special report. Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. Small businesses are often referred to as the backbone of America, and you can see that very easily right here in Osseo, where small businesses line Central Avenue. Reporter Meredith Hackler explains how Osseo's Main Street hopes you shop local this holiday season.
Osseo is so different. Osseo is just this little tiny town in the middle of all these other suburbs, and it's your Main Street town. People love it. It kind of brings everyone back to like that Main Street mentality.
Downtown Main Streets with lots of shops are hard to come by nowadays, which is what Osseo business owners say makes this area so special.
All of the businesses on Main Street are family-owned and run, and so 90% of the time when you go in a local business, the owner will be there. And that's kind of unusual in itself, what makes this city special.
From chocolate shops to paint stores, Main Street in Osseo has its own flavor, which is something that's highlighted on Small Business Saturday.
It's super fun, and walking down the sidewalk and seeing people you know and going into little businesses and being greeted by dogs and business owners and not, somebody making a minimum wage.
The shopping holiday has become well known across the country, and small business owners say it's a vital part of their bottom line.
Well, Small Business Saturday keeps us really busy. People do honor that. Our customers do come in because it's Small Business Saturday, and they do support us on that day, which is really important for the small businesses that struggle against the big box stores.
And not being a large company is what sets them apart.
We have more knowledge that we really care about our customers, and it's one-on-one customer service.
So before you head out on Black Friday, think about taking a stroll down your local Main Street and supporting your local mom and pop.
It's important to support small businesses because you're supporting local businesses, you're supporting families, and your money is going back into the community.
In Osseo, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
If you're a fan of supporting artists from right here in the Twin Cities, then there's a store in Robbinsdale that is perfect for you. Delane Cleveland has more on Minnesota Makers.
It's such a part of the Minnesota experience that people would go out to the beaches, out to the fields, and find Lakers, the Lake Superior agate.
Artists are always on the lookout for ways to display and sell their creations.
It's that variety of color and spaces between the banding that makes it exceptionally beautiful.
Minnesota Makers in Robbinsdale provides them with that platform.
I'm doing every step of the way, from carving it from the rock all the way down to here.
Jay Kalk is an artist and co-owner of Minnesota Makers. It's where you can find a collection of handmade jewelry called Minnestona.
It's the most Minnesota gift because it's a Minnesota shape, made in Minnesota with the state stone, the Lake Superior agate.
Jay is the artist behind Minnestona, and he says each stone has its own story.
I think this stone speaks to me as an exceptional example of what I could do with the Minnestona agate.
The process of getting to the heart of that story begins in his Golden Valley studio.
And I work with a lot of different kind of stone.
He buys agates from local rock pickers.
It comes out like this.
He mixes them with plaster to essentially create a log.
I bring the hood down.
He then uses a machine to saw the log into small slabs.
You can see all the beautiful agate, and I literally can break it out. And now that's an agate I can work with. I've been doing purple ones.
Once he washes the agates and finds some that he likes, he uses a saw to carve the stone into the shape of Minnesota.
You can see I got pretty close to the outline of the sticker, which I use for a template.
The next step is to give the agate a polished look, which he's able to do with a grinder.
You can see now I have a little bit of a dome on it. It gives it more of a precious stone quality when I have more of a rounded edge to it.
One of the final steps involves putting the stones into a tumbler, where they're mixed with tiny bits of ceramic.
And that grit acts like a sandpaper against the stone, and it gives it kind of a satin feel.
When it's all said and done,
now what I have to do after this is drill the hole in the top right here.
he gets a Minnesota.
It's just got a ton of appeal.
Jay calls it the coolest shaped state in the union.
If you know your states, you know Minnesota. It's beautiful.
A beautiful shape that you can buy at Minnesota Makers and about 50 other stores around the state.
Business is expanding. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. The way the stone speaks to each individual is the best part of the story.
In Robbinsdale, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
One of the newer artists inside Minnesota Makers is Cheryl Hillman, who is just discovering her knack of creating beauty out of what others throw away. State pride and Birdtown pride are on display inside Cheryl Hillman's Robbinsdale home. It's even a conversation starter in her downstairs bathroom.
I just started creating all of my little art, all my Birdtown pieces, and I think I just hung one item up there. And then my head started clicking, going, wait a minute. What a fun small space that's on the main level of my home. My husband and I love to entertain, and it's just kind of a tribute to where we are here in Robbinsdale, and it's fun.
Cheryl is an artist who has crafted unique items for friends for years.
And if I'm making somebody smile, you know, that's the thanks and gratitude that means the world to me.
But friends push Cheryl to take her talents to the marketplace.
If somebody would have told me a year ago this would be what I would be doing, I wouldn't have believed it.
Cheryl has started her own business, taking old items and making them new.
What I'm really doing here and creating are things from thrifted and salvaged materials, and I just love having that focus for me.
She uses her imagination plus her computer and Cricut machine to design and cut new images.
Just a portfolio of all the different items that I've actually created.
Once Cheryl has an image, she gets to work in the garage.
And I take my skill saw, put on my safety glasses, and cut away.
Becoming a small business owner opened up a new way of thinking for Cheryl.
I'm realizing now that as a small business owner, I have a lot more appreciation for others that are in my same shoes. So when you think about shop small or shop local, it means more to me because I'm now that person. And again, I take pride in everything that I've done.
You can find Cheryl's designs at Minnesota Makers and Wickedly Charming.
So me being able to create for them and they feel that connection between the art and between the piece that I make, again, makes me feel really, really proud.
Two big parts of holiday shopping are shopping online and those gift certificates. But there's a way you can keep those local too. We'll share when we come back. The National Retail Federation says this year more than 50% of all shoppers will shop online. But when you do shop online, you can also choose to shop local. Here are a few ideas.
Hats are definitely one of our more popular items too that we sell. This one is our #1 item. We call this the classic hat, aka we also call it the popular hat.
You might have noticed recently that graphic t-shirts and hats showing off state pride are a hot item, and that's exactly what the Soda Shop sells. The owner, Spencer Johnson, started the Soda Shop in Golden Valley, and this year opened a bricks and mortar store in St. Louis Park. A college project led the owner to found the shop and tap into state pride.
I think it's just, it's hometown, it's Minnesota, it's Northwoods, it's, everything that I like that kind of represents our state.
You can buy right from the Soda Shop at thesodashop.com. Were you in the Halloween blizzard of '91? There's a shirt for that. A Vikings fan? There's a unique shirt for that too. But this isn't the only place to find an abundance of state pride.
I have Paul Bunyan, and I recently did the Electric Fetus because they had their 50th anniversary.
Christy Johnson is tapping into that state nostalgia too through United Goods, her graphic art company that she runs out of her Golden Valley home. This business is a family affair. Christy makes the designs, her father makes the frames, and her mom paints them. Christy keeps adding new art to her online shop.
Every time I think I'm done with Minnesota state icons, then I think of a new neighborhood I haven't touched yet, or somebody gives me a suggestion at an art show.
You can go to Christy's website, UnitedGoodsUSA.com, to shop artwork from almost all 50 states. You can also find candles and pillows there too. But if you'd prefer to buy a gift online that's a little more exotic,
this product is unique because there's only one of each product that's stitched, because it's all hand stitched.
You can purchase the glamour of South Asia from Plymouth entrepreneur Neela Chakraborty. She runs the online business Shop Bollywear right out of her home, and she works directly with some of the designers in India to create beautiful artwork you can wear.
We will see Bollywood actresses wearing these big kundan earrings. You can't go back to India all the time, so we try to bring Bollywear to you.
Neela's Bollywear clothing is for men, women, and children, and you can shop it all at shopbollywear.com. And finally, we'll give a shout out to one of our youngest entrepreneurs in this show.
I've never made a mess. I've only spilt one time. Yeah, I just started screen printing right here in my mom's living room or dining room.
Wayzata grad Drew Kincaid created a t-shirt brand called Flavor, where he does everything from drawing the artwork to the screen printing. We shift our focus now from online businesses to restaurants in our Small Business Showcase. That's up next. As you're out and about doing your holiday shopping, you might consider stopping into one of our locally owned restaurants. Who knows, you could even do a little shopping there too, because who doesn't like to get a gift certificate?
I felt that the Minnesotan audience, the Minnesota palate, is ready for these stronger flavors of Laos and of Cambodia.
One of the most anticipated restaurants to open up this year was Lat 14 Asian Eatery in Golden Valley. The owner of Lemongrass remodeled an old Perkins restaurant at the intersection of Highway 55 and Boone Avenue. The upscale Asian eatery serves food from the 14th latitude. If you haven't smelled the smoky goodness inside Brooklyn Park's Fat Chance, maybe you should take a break from your holiday shopping and give it a try. The business opened up in 2016, right across from North Hennepin Community College.
They didn't have anywhere to eat in the immediate area, so I put two and two together, said we might as well open up right across the street from the school. The space was available.
But co-owner Ben Dossman has attracted more fans than just the students who are going to class across the street. The business was one of the vendors picked to serve up food at the Super Bowl earlier this year. But that's not the only Brooklyn Park restaurant that's worth checking out. Here's producer Corey Bork.
Well, I always had a vision, like a dream, of having my own business. 2352.
Inside a former KFC in Brooklyn Park, there's a new restaurant that started with a leap of faith.
I've never been happier working 14, 15-hour days.
A leap that has been met with positive response.
They're happy, very happy that there's something like this in Brooklyn Park.
Lynn Wen followed in her family's footsteps.
My whole family, they're all cooks.
She quit her job working as a business analyst in downtown Minneapolis to open Mi Sant Banh Mi Company with her sister and brother-in-law.
We chose Brooklyn Park because we see that it's a growing place, has a great variety of the demographics here.
The restaurant offers fresh pastries and coffee and puts a Vietnamese spin on sandwiches.
Banh mi in Vietnamese means sandwich, and we make everything fresh to order, and then we have a variety of 7 to 9 different type of meats that you can pick from.
It's one example of a growing number of restaurants that attracts customers to Brooklyn Park.
It's great that it is such a diverse community, and you see a lot of people throughout the community opening up these great restaurants and kind of bringing their own flavor, which I think is really exciting.
Natalie Conrad with Minneapolis Northwest Tourism says there's a lot of restaurants that fly under the radar too, such as Lemongrass Thai.
Some of the best Thai cuisine you can get in the Twin Cities right here in Brooklyn Park.
Another is Crazy Cajun.
It's probably some of the most authentic Cajun cuisine you can get in the Twin Cities. It's actually a really popular spot for some of the Minnesota Vikings.
If you're a food truck fan, it's not just Minneapolis that has them. Here in Brooklyn Park, there are several, like Gaddy's, which offers authentic Mexican.
Back at Mi Sant, for Lynn Wen, owning her own restaurant is a dream come true, and she's excited others are giving it a taste.
We're very passionate about what we do. I think we have great food, and I just want people to experience it and enjoy it.
If you don't relish all of this winter weather, how about going tropical with your gift giving? That story when we wrap up our Small Business Showcase up next. And finally, this holiday season, consider patronizing a new business. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
Tropical Foods is very more of a diverse market.
Tropical Food Supermarket in Brooklyn Park is a warehouse of wonderment. There are many different items from all over the world.
You can find palm oil, you can find parboiled rice, you can find white rice, you can find vegetables.
Large quantities of spices and below market prices, curry, thyme, and cinnamon are popular.
You never know what you might find or what you might like.
Fresh exotic produce are shipped in every 2 days. The shop does business with many small farmers in Africa.
We buy things from them to give them profit.
Tropical Food Market also has fresh and frozen fish and delicacies like cow skin and cow feet too.
It's not just based for African. We try to pull like different crowds. So that's why we always try to keep different items that are, not African based, but also, Americanized too.
And just in case you're not in the mood to cook for yourself, Tropical Food will soon have a buffet.
It's going to be very diverse food from Ghana, from Liberia, from Togo. We're just going to try to get like a whole bunch of flavors that's able to, wow our community.
Besides food, customers can also find traditional African fabrics and personal care products. And here's the best part, folks can get a 20% off on Saturdays.
We're very excited to be a part of the community. We're very excited to be a new store bench, and we just hope that our community will be able to support us.
The store has 3 locations, 2 in Brooklyn Park, and they just opened a smaller market in Crystal. Sonia Goins, CCX News.
That'll do it for us. Thanks for watching and have a safe and happy holiday from all of us at CCX Media.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience. And as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home. Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Sports brings you ultimate coverage in local prep sports with full game coverage of over 120 high school games a year with highlights and features on our daily newscast. Then, our weekly Sports Jam show gives you a close-up look at local athletes, highlights of local games, and in-depth interviews. Our content can be watched at home or on the go. Visit ccxmedia.org.